a talented rat, and a guy in love with an ashtray. I'm Paul Andecker. That's what I'm buzzing about this finally Friday, September 3rd. The Daily Buzz is next. Friday edition of the Daily Buzz. I'm Paul Andecker. Might remember the guy who famously married his doll. Well, he's in love with an ashtray now. The bodybuilder and influencer from Kazakhstan posted pictures of himself caressing the tin box. He claims he split up with the doll he married last year and plans to marry the ashtray. So where did he meet the ashtray of his dreams? A club, he says. Where else? People are oddly passionate about this topic. What's the best type of milk? 2% milk is now more popular than whole. And more people than you think drink almond milk now. 33% of Americans drink 2%. Whole milk is next at 30%. Then almond milk is third at 23%. Only 11% of us drink 1% milk, and 8% say skim. Things like oat milk, coconut milk, and soy milk rank lower. And 9% of Americans don't drink milk at all. More useless information to amaze and amuse your friends. Speaking of which, apparently some Scottish people have trouble saying purple burglar alarm. Granted, they likely never need to say it, but for some reason it trips them up. It's not an issue with all Scots, but the phenomenon has been known for years. It just received renewed interest after Scottish comedian Limmy tried to do it himself, and he also struggled. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. What's the problem? We'll turn the page in 60 seconds. The Daily Buzz. Paul Andecker and the Daily Buzz. Labor Day weekend typically heralds in the beginning of fall. And now that summer is on its way out, the top things people will miss about it include warm weather, wearing fewer clothes, and summery fruit. In fact, of all foods, watermelon is the one people will miss the most. I don't know. For me, it's blueberries. Got to buy some more and freeze them. They're great anytime. Looks like people are hoarding TP again. A lot of big box stores say they're running low. Demand has spiked since the Delta variant hit, and now P&G, the company that makes Charmin and Bounty, says they're limiting shipments to some stores. They say they're ramping up production and running factories 24/7. Great. A talented rat is showing off his lungs on TikTok. Mr. Blick, as he's known, is shown in his cage when his owner approaches with an extremely tiny harmonica. The rat begins playing it, and although it's not the best song you'll ever hear, it's also not the worst. The tune has since been released with some backing instruments on Spotify. Hard to tell what's more impressive, the fact that the rat can play a harmonica or the fact that a harmonica that small even exists. All right, let's end the week on a high note. The Make-A-Wish Foundation made the dreams of two boys a reality. 6-year-olds Samory and Dalton both are battling diseases, but both hope to be police officers one day. The New Jersey State Police swore in the kids in an honorary ceremony, both given full uniforms and badges. The top officer said he also gets to live out his dream of being a police officer every day and welcome the two new squad members aboard. That could have been a That's Just Good News story. It is. Knucklehead news out of Illinois, where a woman tried to get into Hawaii with a bogus vaccine card. One problem, she misspelled Moderna. Health officials couldn't find any record of her vaccination. The 24-year-old was booked on fraud charges. They suspect she was trying to avoid Hawaii's mandatory 10-day quarantine for non-vaccinated travelers. That's another week of the Daily Buzz. Paul at Midwest Family, SWMI, is my email address. If you come across something I could buzz about here, if you missed a buzz this week, remember we podcast them on this station's podcast, The Daily Buzz, on this station's website. Yesterday's history, tomorrow a mystery, today it's a gift. That's why it's called the present. We'll buzz again soon. Have a great holiday weekend.